Self-love is the new sexy, the podcast devoted to helping you overcome life's most painful and stubborn challenges so you can feel great, have more energy, and live stress-free every day. To reach your full potential, simply work with the powerful spiritual principles that are readily accessible to everyone. It's easier than you think, and on today's show, W. Mark Watts is going to show you how starting with self-love is the key to joyously and harmoniously making that happen.
Hey everybody, this is W. Mark Watts. Welcome and thank you for hanging out with me for another episode of Self-Love is the New Sexy. And in today's episode, I want to approach a topic from a slightly different, more elevated angle. And that is, how quickly do you bounce back when you totally screw up? How quickly do you bounce back when you totally screw up? Now, I did a previous episode around how important it is to bounce back when things don't go your way, when something happens. But this one is how quickly do you do it? What's that mindset like? Now, I'm going to give you a real-time example. Just like, you guys, I always try to give you stuff that's up to date directly from my personal life, because those are the realest and the best examples that I have to offer, because no one can say that didn't happen. I'm telling you the honest, your highest power truth here. So here's what happened, and here's why I knew it's almost immediately after it happened that this was going to be the topic for today. So if you listen to some of the other episodes, you might have heard me mention that I have taken on the task of investing my own money. Now, that's good and very challenging because I am my toughest critic, and I have very little experience with doing that. But I knew that it's possible for me to do it. And then there's some easy strategies. You can put money in and basically get, small returns year over year. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested, I'm going to go big. So there's a part of me. So there's a portion that I'm going to have, that I have in that area. But I'm interested in making some moves, shaking the market, which is called day trading. So there's numerous ways to invest money, but day trading has my full attention. I'm falling in love with it. I'm smitten. So fast forward. I've been day trading. I started taking a course close to a year ago, went through the majority of the material, and then started practicing some. And then I really started investing my own money daily, probably 3-4 months ago. Now, day trading is no joke. Every credible teacher out there will tell you it's going to take you 1 to 3 years before you become solid at making money consistently day trading. So needless to say, I'm nowhere near that, even that first full year yet. However, I'm the type that I like to dig in and I like to make things happen. And I know it's going to be a learning curve, but I'm game, right? So today, while I'm day trading, and I totally screwed up my account. My best day ever, within an hour or two, turned into a nightmare. A nightmare so that people in the industry, if you say blow up your account, that's what happened to me today. I blew up my account for the second or third time, but this is the most money I've ever blown up before. And money is relative for everyone, but still, this is my hard-earned money. And it was a sizable enough amount for me that, it was not an enjoyable experience, to say the least. However, I made some dumb decisions. Now, having said that, and so I totally wiped out my account, right? I went from every penny I had in my day trading account to zero. And so now I've got to fund it again and start over again, which isn't a big deal. Now, having said that, for the first 5 minutes after it happened, I was still a little shocked and was looking at the computer and like, wow, did this really happen? And so once you realize, yes, it really happened, then my next question. So I've learned to become more strategic when things happen to me, especially things that I'm totally responsible for. When they happen, I've learned you have to be more strategic in your thought process, less emotional, more strategic. So my next question was, how did it happen? And I'm not going to get into all the details and bore you to death, but my mental, while I was day trading, started to go downhill, and I knew it was going downhill, and I did not stop. So just like anything else in life, day trading is so, and even more so, I think that I've learned, attached to your emotional mindset, your emotional status. If your emotional status is not 100% even keeled, if you're not ready for the job, you are going to screw up. You are going to make bad decisions. You are going to lose money. All of the above, which I did today. Now, was I hurt? Was I sad? Was I upset? Absolutely. For about the first 5 to 10 minutes. Then my strategic mindset kicked in, and I started dissecting. And automatically, I knew exactly what happened. And I knew the new lessons that I had just learned. I had just learned some major lessons. So, again, how quickly do you bounce back? So I started to immediately move into my bounce back mode. Okay, I learned some hard, tough lessons. I also realized that regardless of how long I trade or how much experience I had, these were lessons that are best learned firsthand, because there were going to be times when I'm going to be too aggressive. There are going to be times when I'm going to be emotional. There are going to be times when I think I see things and I know something's going to work out and it doesn't. And if I don't get those lessons right now, I don't learn from them. Just as the first half of my day was very rock solid, I made strides in my learning and making money. I had made the most money that I've made to this date so far. So I was having a great day making money. And then in the next couple hours, I lost it all. I gave it all back because I lost my focus and I started to make mistakes, and I compounded those mistakes until my account was empty. So saying all that to say is bouncing back. So after I had dissected my day, I realized that, hey, dude, you got a couple of other accounts open that you got to focus on so you can still trade with those. And then you'll just rebuild that account tomorrow. You'll transfer more funds into that account, and then you'll start working on that again from a higher level of knowledge and experience. And my biggest lesson is this. In life, and in life in general, I didn't realize how super important it was to day trading until today. But emotions can turn a good situation into a bad situation in record time. Emotions can turn a good or a even-keeled situation and a bad situation into an even worse situation, sometimes irreversible situation, in a New York minute. So we have to understand how emotions can lead us into situations that we may not want to be in, and we have to focus on being more strategic, asking questions. That's one way I start to cut off my emotions when I realize that I'm getting out of balance, is I start to ask questions, relevant questions, and I start focusing on getting the answers to those questions, as opposed to just allowing my emotions to just grow into this huge storm that can encompass everybody in earshot and can really turn a situation and make it bad. So how quickly do you do that? How quickly do you come in situations in your life? How quickly do you remove the emotions It's great. Emotions are great to have. Not saying don't have them. What I'm saying is, please invite the opportunity for you to not allow those emotions to take over and expound upon a situation, when the alternative or an alternative is to start to ask strategic questions about what happened and what lessons you've learned, so that you can be better the next time around, or the next time that event happens, that person comes around, that job interview occurs, you get into an argument with your spouse or your brother or sister or your parents or your kids. Will you take this experience that you're gaining right now and turn that into something good? And so I know for a fact this is going to be a very good experience for me, even though it was a very painful experience. I learned so much today. I went from a high to a super low, and now I hope you can hear it in my voice. I'm back coming up high again, because now I'm got some things I need to do tonight, and then tomorrow is a new day, a new opportunity, a new chance to shine. I've got new experience that I can take into tomorrow, and I'm going to be better. I'm going to get better. I'm going to hang in there for that 1 to 3 years, however long it takes me, until I become really good at day trading and investing my money and getting the kind of returns that I want. So what's your plan for tomorrow? What experiences today that you can look at and say, man, I need to bounce back from that faster. I need to get strategic. I need to ask the right questions. I need to get those answers and be happy, excited about taking what I've learned into my next minute, my next hour, my next day, because that next day is an opportunity to get better, do better, and be better. I'm out. Thank you all for hanging out with me. It's a pleasure to be with you all the time. I love you all. Be good. Talk with you all again very soon. Bye now.
You've been listening to Self-Love is the New Sexy with W. Mark Watts. If you enjoyed today's show, be sure to tell a friend. Also, make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing to our show on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you listen to podcasts.